Good morning, Wildcat Nation.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Sing it, Chris.
I'm not singing anything today. But happy election day.
Happy election day.
I hope it's happy election day.
Do I dare ask what would make it a happy election day for you, Tom?
No.
Let's not go there.
No.
Perfectly willing to go there.
I know you are.
Perfectly. Will's like, I don't care. I'll say it.
I'm done. I voted for Trump last week.
Did you?
You voted last week.
I did.
That's what I picked up on.
Yeah.
I went to.
What was that like? Was that a
I
first
voted
you?
for the rich old man that says funny things on television.
Winner. That's the winning line of the day right there. That is fantastic.
Well, see, I'm kind of used to voting absentee because, like in 2016, I was in China on election day, and so we voted absentee. And so I went in and voted early. And of course, to vote absentee, you just have to say I will be out of the jurisdiction on election day. Of course, I will be in Greene County, which is out of my jurisdiction on election day. So I voted early.
There you go.
And I was in person voting early, and so taken care of.
Boom.
Done deal.
I have never voted early. I've always voted on election day.
Same.
Every election, as long as I've been 18 or older.
When I was in the Navy,
Like, 2 years ago when I started voting.
the first year I was in the Navy, I voted absentee.
Snuck
I think
that
that's
in.
actually, yeah. I think I had to. Yeah, that was what year was that? It was 94, 92, something like that. I had to vote absentee then.
What do I hear about them not allowing overseas service people to vote this year?
I heard something about that. That's not. Is that?
I don't know.
Is that fake news?
I don't know. Let's not spread it.
What
Yeah.
is fake news and what is not fake news? We really don't know.
I think it's
Yeah,
all fake news.
I liked.
I think
There was a post that you put out this week about if you have independent fact checkers, why isn't the news independent fact checkers?
We could just call it the news.
Yeah.
Right.
Isn't that
Yeah.
cool?
That.
What a novel thought. I've been on this kick. I my if I had a hashtag right now, it'd be journalism is dead. But it bothers me so greatly. And of course, you put a post out there, and then right hears it from the right side, and left hears it from the left, and it's like no. Journalism is dead, period. I get so tired of the bias. I just want news. I can sort out and make up my own mind. I just need you to give me the facts. Nothing but the
I
facts.
totally agree with that.
Not that we've ever purely had that, but it used to be a lot closer than it is today.
Sure seems like it.
Yeah,
But
it really has.
But positivity. Let me say
Yeah,
this. This was
let's do
fun.
this.
So we just came out of our men's Bible study group over at Storytime Coffee, and I come out of the room and I see Matt and Tracy Altman. And all three of their children who are old enough to vote now, and they're all sitting there together having coffee with their "I voted" stickers on.
Oh,
And
that's cool.
to me, that was beautiful.
That's
Yeah.
great.
To see this awesome Christian family, they've done this together with their twins, old enough to vote for the first time, and that was awesome. That made my day, and
That's cool.
It reminded me we live in a great country. And we're going to live in a great country even tomorrow.
Yep.
And so to me, I don't know, it just warmed my heart to see that. So, parents, good job.
I've seen the stuff that yesterday that was posted. Like, no matter what happens today, you're still going to wake up. You're still going to have the same neighbors. You're still going to get coffee at the same place. You're still going.
Storytime Coffee Company.
Yeah, hence the cappuccino. It's delicious, by the way. I had time to get it this morning. I've been running late, but today I was early.
Yeah.
So
That's what everybody's doing. The place is full of people wearing their stickers. I voted.
I voted. Now I
awesome.
need to drink
Now I need some
caffeine
coffee.
bad. So I mean, you're still, and sometimes I wish I could live in a bubble because of the things that I can control. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, this stuff doesn't immediately change our lives. We don't know what'll happen, down the line with legislation, et cetera. But I don't know. It's easy to kind of fall into this funk about it, and be depressed or upset. And I mean, I think the first election I ever voted in, I got to vote for my dad. He didn't win that election, and I remember that feeling of just epic disappointment that night and anger. And I think that was a turning point for me. I was just like, I can't. There's only so many things you can control.
It would be, I think, it would be to more of our benefit if we put the same angst and fight and love and all that kind of stuff that we put into national politics is that we put into our local communities.
Amen, Tom
And
Baker.
You know
I like
what?
that.
Sometimes you see people that go out there and have a very fiery opinion about what Donald Trump says or what Biden says, but
It doesn't matter.
it doesn't really matter.
It really
It
doesn't
doesn't really matter,
Yeah.
you know. And I think the reality of it is if we put it within our communities where it will make a difference, where our kids will see the benefit of it more readily within the next 5 to 6 years. Our friends, I think that's a better place to put it. That's just me.
No, I think that's well said, Tom. And I appreciate
Yeah.
you saying it because it's hard to take somebody seriously that gets fired up over political speech, but is not active
Right.
in the sphere where they actually have influence. And you have a great opportunity. There's lots of needs right here in our own
Oh yeah, there's
city
tons.
and our own counties.
Absolutely, yeah. And I mean that's
Your neighbors,
That's nothing
your-
new.
Everybody around you. I mean, people can use help around here, and we can. You know, if you want to go out there and like give money to whatever cause, hey, more power to you. But there are people right next door to you that need help and need love, just like everybody else does. So
well, and that help can come in so many different forms too. I mean, just guidance and discussion, and to me those things a lot of times are more important than physically giving someone something. And I think you get more from honest and open conversation, and I think it's really important. And you can complain all you want, but if you're not doing anything about the problem,
yeah. Well, it's like sometimes, I'll see out on Facebook, I'll see somebody, going, hey, we just moved to the area. We're looking for some friends. And I don't, how desperate do you have to get to that point, to go out and, I guess, I
Or
don't
you're
know.
just extroverted.
Yeah.
Super extroverted. Yeah.
Yeah, you go, I need a friend today, but I think the thing is like I look at it and, there's plenty of places in Rogersville to go out and hang out and meet people and build relationships with people.
Now, I'm not calling you a boomer, but you just went into an interesting generational conversation there. No, seriously, the millennials and younger, they're just used to meeting people online. It's like, for us, we're Gen Xers. We're kind of on that line of, I'm not doing eHarmony. I'm going to meet somebody.
That's for sissies.
Yeah, right. But that's just the way of life
Doing
for the
eHarmony.
generations below us. So, definitely you aged yourself or showed your age there.
That's so hard. I'm with Tom. It's so hard to understand the concept of I'm just going to randomly meet somebody online because an app told me to.
And it makes me uncomfortable just thinking about
that
it.
makes me uncomfortable
Yeah,
thinking
it's
about
just
it.
skin
And I'm
crawl.
technically a millennial. It's like how that's like what your mom and dad told you not to do.
Yeah.
Like, don't talk to that person online.
Whatever you do.
And don't get in
do
cars with
that.
strangers. Now we have apps that used to meet people online to get in cars with strangers.
Ew. Yeah. No, and it's so funny, like, I'm of that generation where we got dial up and like all of a sudden there it is and you've got the internet and you're like, oh, and the first thing you type in is something completely ridiculous and and then you get into these like chat groups.
It's like all of a sudden your head
just
transforms
like,
like, ooh. It's kind of like what was it in The Simpsons when Barney took his first drink of beer? Do you remember seeing that one?
Yes, yeah.
Where Barney was an A student in college with Homer,
Yep.
and then Homer introduced him to beer, and all of a sudden he's, and all of a sudden, but that's what the internet did to a lot of people. Is they
Yeah.
clicked in, they go,
Like
oh,
all of us.
Yeah, it's totally it's incredible. But
But here we are on the internet talking.
here we
about
are on the internet.
yeah,
On the
yeah.
interwebs.
Well, season 2 of Coffee at the Post just ended,
See,
right?
I like
I
how
thought you were going to go into
season two-
Mandalorian.
I know. It's like, no.
Oh,
Stop.
that
I
was
haven't
so
watched
good.
any Mandalorian
It
yet.
was
but
so
yeah.
good. First
Yeah.
episode was awesome.
Yeah,
and
it's
it's
funny
got
about-
one of my favorite actors in it, Timothy Olyphant.
Oh, thanks for
Oh, yeah.
spoiling it.
Oh,
I'm just
yeah.
kidding.
Everybody knew
I'm
he was
kidding.
in it.
I'm kidding. No, my neighbor at the Halloween party was he was just dying to talk to somebody about it, and there was 3 of us going, I haven't seen it yet. Be quiet. And he's
It's
like,
good.
I hate you guys. We got to talk.
It is such a good stinking
It's
show.
awesome. It's awesome.
That's all Star Wars ought to be doing
Yeah.
from this point forward.
Yeah, they don't need
is-
to do anything else.
They need
focus
one
on that.
character,
Yes.
get rid of all the other noise.
Yep.
It's perfect. It's
They
perfect.
really did a great job on this.
Well, and it is truly a show that you can watch with kids that are young,
yeah.
and parents and kids are entertained. Like,
Well,
the girls love it.
That's why I haven't watched it yet. Like I don't have kids your age, but like
Yeah.
I said to Jack, "You want to watch?" He's like, maybe later.
Come on,
And so
Jack.
I'm waiting on Jack to watch Mandalorian.
Get in it.
Did
Jack.
you watch the first season
Get
yet?
I have
stuck
watched
in.
the first season.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I've
so
watched the
good.
whole first season. We just haven't started season 2.
I actually kind of got mad at my wife. I think it was last night.
Poor Michelle.
And I told her, I said, "You are no kind of wife of mine if you're not going to watch Mandalorian."
Wow.
I'm that like
That's
it is.
the line
It
in
is
the
that
sand.
well done.
I want to say just a little while ago in our Bible study, he was singing her praises. He was actually talking about his heart of gratitude for his wife and children. So, Michelle, I just want to let you know.
No, she is.
He loves you.
She
dearly.
is.
He
a
loves
sweetheart.
you.
Based on that, I need to turn our chat box on. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, speaking of that, do we have
we got lots of comments. Yeah,
Uh-oh.
Voting's here.
In Willard,
Is voting the line in Willard voting in line Willard.
One
voting,
of the
John
K-ROG
Shea.
staff voted for Hillary. I think they time traveled.
oh nice.
That's probably Pope.
That's probably
That looks like
I know
Pope.
him.
We're not going to read that next comment that he put.
Hey, what do you say
Oh,
about my hair? What did Pope say about my hair?
I haven't seen anything.
Okay.
You guys
Nothing
may
yet.
not know this, but this is classic Pope. Okay,
Oh,
so
yeah.
when you're an admin on one of these Facebook pages that requires you to approve posts, we see the post before anybody else does. Pope likes to occasionally put a really awkward post in the queue for the admins on Rogersville residents
He
to
is.
approve.
He
Pope,
is
he
actually
wouldn't do
probably.
that, would he?
What we've got to do is
He's
though,
probably
is
what
teach
gives-
him how to comment as himself instead of as the
Hey,
K-Rod
I
page.
struggle with this
I
as well.
do too. It's
Pope's
easy
what I
to
call-
button. No,
It
but
won't
it
let
doesn't
me
always
change
show up
it.
on my phone.
Yeah,
it not?
it won't
Sometimes
let
on
me
my
change
phone
it.
it won't let me change. I have to be on my desktop. It
So
frustrates me.
station manager, there is a technical difficulty with that because
Yeah.
I've tried to do it and it.
Pope's kind of a pot stirrer.
Pope the pop
In case
star.
you didn't know.
I'm stirring up something good today.
Here we go. We're gonna make some sloppy joes.
With
Water
marmot,
boy.
with marmot
So-
meat.
Marmot
Marmot
meat.
meat.
Marmot meat sloppy joes.
Oh my gosh. Well, let's see. There's a hunting season coming up too.
Yeah,
I
did
bet
you
you guys
see,
are
Oh my
excited.
gosh.
Lil B's
Yeah, she
success?
got a-
and,
Yeah,
got a-
Lil B. Good job, Lil
She
B.
get a spike.
button
Let's-
butt?
It was
Yeah.
a button bug.
Yeah.
Yep. Good job, Lil B.
Always
You could
fun.
see that emotion in her. You could see it where she
Yeah.
was like, "I just killed something."
Her eyes looked a little conflicted, didn't
Yeah.
she?
She
like
looked a
excitement and
She
what
looked a
did they
little
do?
bit like she wanted to run directly into the woods away from the dead thing right there, and that's fine. I mean, that's part of it. You
think
have,
it's
honestly, if you don't have that, you're a little creepy.
when I took Sam out, I shot a doe a couple years ago, and this was the first time he'd been out there, and he'd been out there to experience all of it. And I remember the doe walks out, and it's about 200 yards out, and I said, "Okay, it's about ready to go down." And he was like, "Are you going to shoot it now?" And I go, "Yeah." And so I shot it. It fell over. We went over there. It was dead. Went over, and he goes, "What are we going to do now?" And I go, "Well, I'm going to cut it open." And so I cut into it, and I thought, okay, this is the moment for him.
Yeah.
And as soon as I cut it, he goes, "Oh, cool, Dad." And so then he was down there, and I was like, he goes, "Is that the heart?" I go, "Yeah, hold this."
Yeah.
And so he was holding it. He's like, "That is really cool, Dad." So he was super into the dissection of,
Of
it,
the
I
deer.
guess. But
Yeah. I mean, if
sitting
you've
still
never
for 2 hours, he wasn't too
Yeah.
into
if you've
that.
never been handed a deer heart, are you really an Ozarkian?
No.
That's a fair question.
Yeah. Here, hold the heart.
Well, the
Hold
thing,
it. Take a bite.
I told him on the way down this week, I said, "If you wind up shooting one, you're going to have to take a bite of it." And he was like, "Seriously?" I go, "Oh, yeah." I said, "You got to take a bite of it, and you got to drink the blood."
You
I
did
said,
not.
"Everybody,
Dawn.
everybody
Red
has to do
Dawn.
that."
Everybody has to do that.
Thank you, Patrick Swayze.
Yes, thank you.
I had that movie queued up the other day, but I didn't watch it.
Oh
Have you
my
watched it in a
gosh.
while?
No, it's been a long time.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
I dislike
I've not
it
seen it.
now.
Yeah, I'm sure you do.
after watching, it's so it is. There's very few, like there's a few movies that don't hold up, and Red Dawn is one.
I've
of
not
them.
ever
It
seen
does
Red
not-
Dawn.
It just doesn't hold up with
No,
me.
that's too bad.
Now I watched Die Hard the other day, and it still
Die Hard's a
holds
great
up.
movie.
Yeah,
It's a
it
good
still
movie.
holds
I
up.
introduced
You didn't
that
wait-
to my boys this last Christmas.
That's awesome.
Die Hard.
They loved
Yes.
it.
You know, so here's the thing. You know how, like, oh yeah, that movie's a good movie, and then because you watched it like when you were a kid, and
Yeah.
then you got, it's like, oh yeah, Jack, come and watch this. And we're like, oh, there's boobs.
Oh yeah,
Forgot about that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, and a lot of those movies you saw them on TV cut and
Right.
edited.
Yeah.
Like Roadhouse is totally a different movie.
Oh yeah.
The unedited version is like, whoa.
So I have a funny story on that. So Christmas Vacation is
Yes.
my favorite
Yes.
movie
I was about
of all time.
I was about to
Like,
bring that one up.
Not
Yeah.
Christmas movie, my favorite movie of all time.
Good
And
for you. I love
I'd
it.
just gone to this church. I was new on staff, and we bought a house. And we're like, hey, we'll host the Christmas party, and so we put in Christmas Vacation. We're gonna watch this as a church staff, and I was like, I know some words, and there was one staff member's wife who was extra sensitive to some of this stuff, and I was like, I just got the mute button, I'll hit it. Well, you know when he goes on that tirade,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
I hit mute at all the wrong points. I mean, all we heard were the cuss words, and I look over, her face is just white as a ghost, like. Who did we hire to be on this church staff anyway? I was just like, yeah, we used to watch the edited for TV version all the time.
like the AMC
Yeah,
movie
and-
channel
yeah.
version, and you're like, oh yeah, there's
TBS.
nothing wrong with,
Yeah.
nothing wrong with this
a
movie.
couple awkward moments, but not,
But it's a great movie, so
Yeah.
you buy it,
Yeah.
and then
and you buy the DVD.
You buy, yeah. DV what?
What?
Well, and
That's what we
PG.
have, the DVD.
Download from and then you watch and you're like, oh yeah.
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh.
PG
No,
movies.
no.
PG movies before like what 1985 or 86.
Yeah, there
I
was
mean,
only PG and R, right?
Yeah, and then Temple of Doom came out. Indiana Jones and Temple of Doom came
Was
out.
that the first PG-13?
No, it was the reason why they created
that's right.
PG-13 though.
Really?
Yeah, because
Interesting.
they would reach in and grab dudes' hearts out and they show
Ripping
it to
hearts.
yeah. And that was supposedly like the last PG movie because there was a big uproar. My parents didn't even let me go see it at the movie theater because they'd heard that it was so bad.
Interesting.
I had to wait till it came out on VHS, but
VHS.
I know.
I don't know. See, my dad was the one that had the movie rental card. So, I mean, Die Hard, Predator, whatever. I'm like, okay, that's what we're watching. That's family
Oh, yeah.
movie night. Dad's like, war movies and action movies. And it's like, all right, we'll watch them. I was
remember-
not censored at all. When
You
it
know,
came to
Predator
movies.
was one of those first movies when we were kids that,
Freaked
you know,
me out.
when we got old enough, we were like, we're going to watch Predator because
Yeah.
Apollo Creed gets his arm blown off. You know, it was like, oh, cool, you know.
He gets his arm blown off.
Yeah.
Oh, we could sit and talk all day about movies.
I
Yes.
tightened up all the footstools this morning.
Did you?
Did a
Bet
good
you
job.
affirmed.
I was just sitting here thinking somebody came in here and tightened these footsteps.
That's the station manager. He does stuff like that. I brought a lockbox, so you know I can't open the package though. But
We're gonna put all these great ideas and put it in a lockbox.
That's exactly right.
Oh,
and if you guys have a question for us, you can ask. Looks like there's been some traffic around the polling places.
Yep.
The one by my office was really busy.
Yep.
Oh yeah, it was jam packed over. There was a line going all the way around to the front.
I should figure out something to hand out in my parking lot. I don't know what.
Vote for Biden stickers.
yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, and that's something that I think
Like
a lot of
cookies.
cookies. Yeah, I was thinking more with cookies.
Trump 2020 cookies.
Oh my god.
I don't think you can do that.
Well, if she's far enough away, she can.
Well, that's true.
You could hand out boxes of corn pops.
Corn pops. I don't know anything about the corn pop
I
deal.
just-
That went over my head.
Corn pop? You guys don't know about corn pop?
No.
Oh my
Fill us in,
gosh.
Tom. Fill us in.
All right, so go out on YouTube and look up. There's these guys have been making these Biden Trump remixes,
Okay.
and they're hilarious. And a couple of them,
Like not bad lip reading. This is
no,
a
it's they make their speeches into songs, and they're just
Oh.
hilarious.
That would be
Yeah,
good.
Sweet.
and I don't think I can say the name of the channel because it's a little vulgar. I can't say the name of the channel on air,
So
but
if I Google corn pops,
if you Google like Biden, no, it's Biden "Come On Man" remix.
Okay.
Go look that up. But
And
it
you'll
was
know
a
about corn
speech that
pops.
Biden did about this guy he met named Corn Pop.
okay, I was
And,
going to say, where is the corn
yeah.
pop connection?
there's some
Pretty
guy.
sure this is Pope again.
Pope is going to get the whole station in trouble because he's commenting as K-ROG. Well, unless
This
it could
is
be somebody
not
being sneaky.
Down, laundry
No, it's
neglected. How
Being
do I
Andre.
help her?
He's like,
You know,
We could censor him, but I don't want to be that
yeah,
kind of person.
it would be any
it would just come. It would backfire on us
I don't-
totally.
He's like a like my advice, which
You
is
know
do,
what?
do the dishes and do the laundry.
We let him do this because he's a great American.
Because he's
So,
Pope.
yeah.
And he gets the highest rated. He's the highest rated show.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's a great
he's our
American.
celebrity.
He can do whatever he wants.
I'll see him at lunch today over there on the couch.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
That's good. Good deal.
Can we talk about my deal?
Yes, we can talk about your
Yeah.
deal because it is
Yeah.
a good deal.
So I posted a video yesterday about how everybody needs a trust. I mean, I've done estate planning now for 5 years, and
You need
trusts
trust.
are just awesome because they just do what you need it to do and then make it easy. But lawyers have made it hard and expensive. But I don't make it hard and expensive. I made it easy and cheap, like finance it cheap. But I can't spend all my time doing it, so I'm making available 1 slot a day. I will knock a trust out for somebody. Quick, it's done. You're not gonna have to wait months. You don't have to fill a bunch of paperwork out. But go to simple.willworsham.com, reserve your slot to get it done. Doesn't cost you anything.
Say that address again.
Simple.
Say it slowly.
Simple.willworsham.com.
Oh, okay, cool.
And
That's good.
It's
That's
simple.
simple.
That's simple.
Yeah.
and you
Simple.
reserve your
Simple
slot.
enough.
We'll have a cup of coffee. We'll talk about your trust and maybe get it done. And we'll make it cheap. But
It's good. You need to do it.
yeah, Lauren.
So
did it.
basically, a trust is like if you die, your possessions don't go into like a probate,
Yep.
but they go into this trust, and then your
Right.
family doesn't have to deal with all of the court issues. Correct?
Yeah. Trust can be used for many, many, many different things. But in the estate planning world, we talk about revocable living trusts. And the way I describe them a lot of different ways, but these trusts, in particular, these simple trusts, are kind of like a funnel. When you die, everything's going to drop into the funnel, and the funnel is going to tell it where to go.
Right.
And then so it comes into your funnel, into your trust, and then out to your kids. Boom, done. And without going through probate.
But in that trust, you could also put in there, I want my collection of guns to go to my son.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, you can assign personal property. You just make it go where you want it to go.
Well, that's going to be relative here because
Well, I
we
know.
have a lot of people
Yeah.
out here that have a lot of
A
guns, and they
large
want them to go
collection
to
of
certain
guns.
people.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
if
No, you
mom
can
and
make a
pa
list.
take them, they're going to sell them,
Yeah.
and we don't want that.
No, you can make
Yeah.
a list and say, I want this to go to
It's
this
very
person.
specific.
It is
Tom.
very specific.
But it's just something that, I want to do because I'm trying to build my practice in Rogersville. I'm trying to get out of Springfield. I don't like being in Springfield. I want to be here.
Sure.
So it's just something that I can do to help Rogersville. Rogersville can do to help me.
Sure.
Be able to be out here more. And so we'll do it.
I'm a big advocate for hiring professionals and trusting them and using them unless they give you a reason not to.
Yeah.
And it's just like, there's people who have experience and education in certain fields, and they, guess what, know better than you do a lot of times. So trust them and use them, especially when you're going to get a deal.
Yeah.
And that's literally how I met Worsham, is like, hey, he's going to give me a good deal. My dad's a lawyer,
Yep.
and I'm like, what do you think, Dad? He's like, that sounds like a good deal. You should probably do that.
And your dad reviewed everything I did.
He did, yeah. And yeah, he did. And as far as I know, he did. He's so worked up about the election for like a year now that, I don't even know. But, so yeah, utilize those professionals when you get the opportunity to do that.
Yeah.
It's a big deal. It can change your life, literally.
And we have a ton of great professionals. We got real estate agents, videographers.
Which you didn't use for your trust thing.
Well, it was a live thing, but I want to use it. Actually, I wanted to
Oh, that's just
Nah,
good.
just
my
busting it
camera.
out.
Burn.
Oh, I'm cool.
That's great.
Actually, I do want to talk to you about that.
And when you die, I'll be happy to do your funeral.
There we go.
You're basically
full
covered.
package.
You're covered right here.
We need a doctor.
That
We need
is
a doctor.
I just wanted to be in on the
Yeah,
show at some
yeah.
point. I wanted to get back in on
And
this.
when you
I
die,
got you.
When you die.
Tell your kids to call me.
Yeah.
oh my
We can
gosh.
put that in the trust. Call Chris.
Yeah.
We'll put it right in there.
Depending on how much you pay, then it's kind of nice things I'll say about you.
There's some great jokes. that
Yeah,
go along
there
with
is.
that. There really are some really good jokes.
That's tough.
Indulgences. We're not really into that, but we could be. We could be.
We'll work it out.
I'm Martin Luther's knocking on the door.
Oh man.
Hey, that's probably a decent note to end on. Unless somebody's
When
got
you
some
die.
indulgences, you
Every
guys.
day.
But
Go vote before you die.
Go vote before you die. Yeah.
And it's all gonna be okay.
It's all good.
It's all gonna be
Thank
okay.
you, Lauren.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
And if the world doesn't burn down within the next 2 days, I won't be here next week because I'm going to be in the great woods hunting.
Good.
And using this beard for its intended purpose.
Warmth.
Yeah.
warm.
Well, I think Keaton and I are planning on being here in the morning. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
But then that's it.
Oh yeah, that'll be an interesting show.
Yeah.
Oh,
See.
yeah.
Depending on what happens.
We won't know.
We won't. I don't think.
It'll
we'll
I
be
know.
in
don't
the
think we're
courts.
gonna know. I
We'll-
don't think we're gonna know.
We'll be talking about whatever we think we know.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Hypothetical still.
Okay.
All
Thanks
right.
for watching, everybody.
Have a good
Bye,
day.
y'all.
Raj, we love you.